Comic DF.
What is up, besties? It is your girl, the Karmic DF, back to you again with another video. This time, we're going to take a walk back into time because I've always wanted to know, and now I can do it myself. So, I want to look at what went on with Christina Aguilera and Eminem, because you know he rapped about her. And I also want to know if he also had a thing with Mariah Carey, or if he's just someone who, like, talks shit. I don't know. We're about to find out. So as always, this is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Links are all down below. If you'd like to book a personal reading, links are all down below. Like my videos if you enjoy them so I know what type of content to make for you. Hi, my regulars. How y'all doing, besties? Love you guys so much. Hope you're having a great time, a great week. And yeah, let's just get started. As always, this is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. But first, I want to take a look at Christina Aguilera and him and what went down there, because they're being currently talked about a little bit. But I've just always wanted to know. So if you're a millennial, if you're a hardcore fan, just know that I was also a fan since I was 9 years old. Yes, 9 years old. You heard that correctly. Daddy issues on steroids for sure. But as always, this is alleged. Gotta remind y'all, because I don't feel like getting sued. So let's have fun and let's get started. Let's figure out what was really going on with Christina Aguilera and Eminem when the feud went down. All right, so let's see what really went down between Christina Aguilera and Eminem. I just keep hearing a song where it's like, okay. Oh. Okay, so when did him and Kim split up? Because this feels like I'm trying to run away from my problems. I'm getting the message of like, and I don't agree with this, where it's like the best way to get over someone is to get under someone else. So was this when he was still having issues with Kim? Because I'm being drawn to the song Kim, where he talks about unaliving her or whatever. I mean, but this is like, I feel like he gave an offer to Christina. I feel like I'm hearing like he shot a shot. But she wasn't having it. I think she knew that he couldn't really, because I'm hearing like offering me a dream. I think that she is actually pretty intuitive. I think she has like a sense towards like F-boys, because that's the vibe that I'm getting. It's like, you're not going to come to me because you're having relationship issues. Like I see, yeah, because I'm hearing I see your true colors. So I definitely think he shot his shot. And he was butthurt because she saw right through him. She was like, I'm not about to date you when you got a whole baby mama drama. That's what I'm hearing. So was this, I should have done a little bit more research because now I don't remember. But this feels like I'm on again, off again with Kim. And I'm trying to like find something that brings joy to me because I'm running away from doing the actual work. So I feel like this was in a place in his life where he was definitely more immature. This could have been when he was doing drugs and stuff like that. But it's just giving me the vibe of like fuckboy energy. He had no love to actually give. Yeah, I'm hearing the song No Tears Left to Cry. It's like I'm offering you a dream, but I have nothing to back it up because I'm still wounded from my past relationship. So she saw that right away. And she was like, yeah, nah. So I think Christina actually had a pretty solid sense of self back then, at least for a celebrity, I gotta admit. I think she was on to his BS, allegedly. Yeah, she knew that he was not happy in his home life. And it's like, I'm bored, I need something else to do. So I feel like Christina was like, I'm not gonna be your... Allegedly, I'm not going to be like your next like shiny thing to look at so that you can avoid your issues. Like this is not happening. I feel like she thought that he had a really big head. He thought he could get whatever girl that he wanted. And remember, I'm a huge Eminem fan, so shush. But it's like, I know that you talk a good game, but you can't back it up. I know you're not over your ex. How do I know you're going to go back to your ex or not? Like, you're just, it's giving F-boy energy, and she was privy to it. She knew. Yeah, look at how she's like not even looking his way. And she's a Sag, so that's literally her. She's a Sagittarius. It's like, no, I'm independent. I don't want this. You're offering me a dream that has no substance. I'm good on that. It's giving me the vibe of like the guy that comes up to you at the bar and he's like, yo, mommy, like, what's good? And they think that they're like hot shit. And you're like, bro, you have the emotional intelligence of a goldfish. And I'm looking for real or not anything at all. Yeah, I'm hearing Real Love by Mary J. Blige. She knew that it's given the vibe, because I'm being drawn to his movie 8 Mile, where like he sleeps with Brittany Murphy, and it's like you're just doing that to run away from your problems. She sensed that in him. This chick is very intuitive, which isn't shocking with Sag placements, but it's like, I'm good on my own. I don't need you. You would just kind of deplete me. And I see what you've done to Kim. I mean, look at how you talk about her. I don't want to be next in line, which is ironic because then he writes a song about her. But it's like she already knew that that would have been something that would happen. It's like, if I date you and things go wrong, you're just going to write a diss track about me anyway. Like, I'm really not trying to deal with this. I'm trying to get my own career off the ground. I don't need extra drama. It's not just going to, like, I don't even care about the optics. She's not the type that cares about optics. This does not give me the type of woman who wants, like, you know how we see a lot of couples and we're like, you guys are together for the fame. It feels like she's not the type that wants to do that. It's like, I either want love that's legit, or I just want to be on top of the world. I want to be on my throne. It's given like independent woman. So honestly, as much as I love him, I feel like he was a douche back then, and she saw right through it. So she was like, yeah, nah. Like, this seems pretty simple. Yeah, he's emotionally immature. It's like, what you have to offer me is not good enough. I think this is why it triggered him so much. He's not used to being rejected. You know, I mean, he dated Kim, and Kim was, you know, obviously, allegedly emotionally abused, if not more. And so it's like, I know that your inner child's broken. You're immature. You're not evolving. I just keep hearing like emotionally stunted, emotional intelligence of a goldfish. It's just like, I don't need a child as a boyfriend. I'm good on that. Like, that's literally the vibe. This is a woman that has really strong boundaries, really strong intuition, and she knew that it was just all talk, no action. Good on her. This might have also been in a place where, like, obviously he got really famous really fast, but I think he also played to the whole, like, this will look good for us. This will help, like, drive our careers. This will help us, you know, gain. It's given like the arranged marriages that we see these days with these celebrity couples. You know, they make more money and they get more exposure because they date. And I feel like that was a point that he brought up where it was like, you know, if we're seen together, this is going to look good for both of us. And she just was not having it. Yeah, because he wasn't over Kim. I feel like this is when he was still going back and forth. I should have looked that up, but I prefer to go into readings blind so I don't have a bias. But this just feels like she knew that he needed to work on himself. Was this when he was still doing drugs? Because this is given the vibe of like, you come with way too much baggage. You can't sell me anything because I already have everything that I need. I don't need a man. I have a career. I have a good lifestyle. I'm good. And so it really wounded his ego, especially like, I don't know if you've ever met an unevolved Libra, but they react very unpleasantly when you call them out. They'll either ghost you or they will like make it their mission to hate you. And with him making that song, it makes a lot of sense because allegedly and for entertainment purposes only, Christina Aguilera was like, I know my worth and I can do better than you. Yeah, I'm hearing the song I Can Do Bad All By Myself. She was like, nah, I don't need another child in my life. Like, I gotta honor that, what I'm seeing, and I love him, so... Yeah, it's like you literally just broke up with your spouse, so maybe they were on again, off again. And it's like, this isn't going to grow into anything. I'm not stupid. You're probably just going to go back to baby mama. Like, you don't change. You don't evolve. You don't self-reflect. You don't look at the mistakes you've made. I bet that, like, back in this time frame anyway, because remember, we're going backwards here. But I feel like in this time frame, he was the type to be like, Kim is at fault. This is what she did. This is why I behave the way that I do. It's all her fault. It's like no self-reflection, no being like, oh, maybe I had something to contribute to it. It was like he was trying to fill a void. He didn't want to do any introspection. He was like, okay, on to the next. You know, best way to get over someone is to get under somebody else, which is so not true. And it was like, there's no growth to be had in this if we were to even try. Like, you're not healed. I'm hearing the song like Call Me When You're Sober. So I feel like maybe... I don't know, because I remember like 2008 or something was when he got sober, around that time. So if he was sober, then he wasn't, it's giving like dry drunk. If he was sober, then he wasn't in the mental state. Because like, all right, obviously if you've been on my channel, you know that I'm a recovered alcoholic. I've been sober over 4 years. But there have been times where I quit drinking, but I still worship drinking. I missed that lifestyle. So I was a dry drunk. And it's kind of given the vibe of if he wasn't doing drugs at this point in time, then he certainly still missed and wanted that lifestyle. So it's given the vibe of like, Christina Aguilera had the emotional maturity of an actual adult. Eminem wasn't there yet. And so she was like, just because you're breaking up your marriage doesn't mean I'm going to come and be a part of this. I feel like maybe he offered her like not so much a dream, a fantasy, just more like, yeah, because I'm hearing the song, What Have You Done For Me Lately? So it's given the vibe of like, this could look good for our careers and I'm going to play my game on you and charm you. But there's no, what's the word, Spirit? There's no substance to back it up. She didn't want just like a fame-looking relationship. Like, oh, I'll date you because it looks good for the pop. Like, it's not good for the paparazzi. She don't give a shit. She cared about her well-being, and she knew that he was not well. Yeah, because I'm hearing I'm not crazy. I'm just a little unwell. So I think this is when he was struggling, and she was just like, I can sense it, and I'm going to pass. So that is where the tension was coming from. Yeah, I think she was also really pissed that there was like a lot of backlash from being drawn against the song that he put her in. And it's like, really, dude, like you're going to turn this into. It's like at first he offered like a career type of relationship that'll make them money. But then it was like, because you said no, you turned it into a song that made you money. So you still made money off of me, even though we didn't date. And this is bullshit. And now people are talking and I don't want them talking because nothing actually happened between us. And now it's like, you're proving my point. You got a big ass ego. You never self-reflect. You never actually work on yourself. And so this is why I didn't take your offer, because it wasn't even an offer in good standing. It wasn't anything of substance. So why are you shocked that I don't want to be with you? And now people are coming at me sideways, accusing me of sleeping with you, accusing me of being with you. And I think she was also worried because he was such a megastar that it's like, you know how like when someone has a lot of power, so it's a lot harder to say no? Like think about like if your district manager comes into work, right? And you're like, I don't want to do the thing they're asking me to do, but they're the district manager, so I have to. It's kind of given that vibe. It's like you are like the queen bee of male artists. So it's like, I'm afraid to say no to you simply because I know it's going to, you flip out, you pop off at the mouth, and then you write a song about it. It's giving like male version of Taylor Swift. She knew it was going to happen. She knew he was going to talk shit in a song because it's like, if you don't get me, you're going to make a song about it. So she was definitely pissed because I feel like a lot of people went after her, especially Eminem fans, but also like people in the industry. They're like, did you really sleep with him? Did you really date him? You really turned him down? Like she got a lot of shit for it. And she was not happy. It's like, this is not the story. You're not getting the full picture. This is what he's selling. This is what's actually happening. I did not take his offer because I realized that he had a lot of growing to do. And now, as always, because men don't get what they want, he's making me look bad. Like, that's the vibe of this. Yep, it's like he turned it into an opportunity, and now I got to focus on myself. She also was very concerned with how he treated his mother. She's like, this girl's very evolved. It's like, you got mommy issues. You talk shit about your moms. Moms, I don't talk like that. You talk shit about your mom in music. You talk shit about your girl in music. It's given the vibe of like, if you have emotional intelligence and you listen to how people talk about their exes, talk about the gender that they're into, they'll tell on themselves. So think about like an ex that you've had that's like, oh, my ex was crazy, she was such a bitch, and yada yada yada. That's what they're going to say about you because they didn't do any self-reflection to go, oh, well, maybe I contributed to that, maybe there's a reason for that. So she knew that if I were to get involved in this, like, you got mommy issues, it's reflecting in your relationships, and I'm not going to be one of your victims. So I'll take the hit and you could go ahead and make money off of my name, but I'm sure as shit not going to take your offer because I know that you're just going to disrespect me like you disrespect all the women in your life. So, Christina, okay, girl, I see you. Yeah, she put her foot down. She's like, yeah, thank you, next. Like, I don't feel like I need to be defensive towards you. You don't impress me. I'm not the underdog here. You are. Like, this girl Knew it. Yeah, she was, and she might have also been in a place in her life where she was just exhausted. I don't really know what her story was around this time, but it was just like, bro, I'm just trying to survive. I'm just trying to make my money. I'm being drawn to like the feud with Britney and her, so I'm wondering if like there was also like targets on her back already with, you know, Britney Spears and the mainstream trying to put them against each other when they would have been better as like, you know, working together. Like when I think of Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, they'd be better if they worked together, but it's given the vibe of like, I got bigger fish to fry. You're just not even something that I'm worried about. The answer's no. I said no. I'm not afraid of you. You're not impressive to me. Yeah, I'm hearing the song that don't impress me much. So you got the moves, but have you got the touch? So this girl knew what she wanted and she was not going to settle. So whatever age she was at this time, she was definitely emotionally mature. She was also exhausted, especially when it came to the industry, because it's like, I'm not going to do what the industry tells me to do. I already have to do so much of what the industry tells me to do. I'm sure as shit not going to have the fake ass relationship to make money. I'm good on that. I'm already going through my own shit. I don't need to add to it by dating someone who's going to treat me like trash. I'm good. So, damn. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's like he offered her, you know, to get oh my god, spirit. No, I can't. Can I get in trouble for that? I'm hearing like he wanted to dick her down. I'm so sorry. And I feel like, come on. Like, I almost see him, like, being that pushy F-boy, because I'm being drawn to an ex of mine that was, like, really toxic. He was a Leo. If you've ever met an uninvolved Leo. And I'm a Leo, so don't come for me. But it's given the vibe of, like, look at me. I'm incredible. How could you say no to me? I'm the best. And it's like, you don't want to fuck me? Like, you don't want to be with me? Like, I'm seeing the scene from Clerks 2 with the guy with the long hair where he's like, you want to F me? I'd F me. And he's like rubbing himself. Like, he had a real big ego back then. And it's like, this will benefit me. This will benefit you. We'll get PR on this. We'll be making more money. And she's like, bro, like, I want love. Yeah, because I'm hearing the song, Now That We Found Love, what are we going to do with it? It's like, she wants love. I don't need attention. I don't need extra stardom. I don't need extra fame. I don't need to have sex with you in order to pop up my name a bit. I'm good on that. Okay. Yeah, he would not give up. That's why the song came out, because he was kind of determined for a while to, basically because of his relationship with Kim falling apart. It was like, well, I got to find something to fill the void. And so for some reason, it's like I see him like with like laser beam eyes, just like focused on her. I think it's because he found her really sexy is what I'm hearing. It's like she's really hot. She could make me look good. We could build each other's careers. My home life's a shit show. One minute I'm with my baby mama, the next I'm not. Let me take advantage of this. Let me find someone who's young, sexy, single, fun. Maybe we can make some music together. It's given like freaking the sheets, but also like we could benefit each other financially. And she was like, bro, that's not how love works, and I'm not interested. I don't know what age she was at this point, but this girl, she was smart. She saw right through his bullshit. She's like, I'm not working with you. We're not going to make new music together. We're not going to be together because you don't actually put in the work to make a relationship work. And I know that you cheat, and I know that you lie, and I know you disrespect women, and so I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen. I don't care if you'll feature me on one of your songs. I don't care if we look good in the paparazzi. My answer is no. Like, I'm hearing the song, my name is no, my sign is no, my number is no, you need to let it go. And he felt like she wasn't being fair. She felt like, especially because I believe Justice is a Libra card, and he's a Libra, it's just given the vibe of like, oh, you're such a petty bitch. Like, how are you going to sit here and compare? Oh my God, this reminds me of a lot of, I'm not saying that he's a narcissist, because remember, he was younger back then and he might have been on drugs at this point in time. I don't remember. But even if he wasn't, when you're like freshly sober, you might have that dry drunk attitude, but towards your vice. It's just given the vibe of like, how dare you not take this offer that I have? How dare you not be grateful that I could put you on a track? How dare you not be grateful that this will look good for us? Like, this is not fair. Like, it's very childish. And so that's why the song came to be. That's why he talked shit about her for a while and dragged her, because she curbed him. Allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. I could pull some oracles. Let me see if I'm drawn to any oracles. But honestly, I feel like that speaks for itself. Eminem got swerved. Allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. Honestly, I don't really feel like I need oracle cards. I feel like that was really black and white. She swerved him because he was not emotionally mature and she didn't want to be part of the baby mama drama. I'm seeing like a triangle, you know, how like a love triangle basically. And she was just like, you know what? No. I keep hearing the song Thank You Next. So she knew her worth and she was not going to settle. And that's what pissed him off. He felt entitled. He thought like, dude, like I'm incredible. I'm hearing like Kanye, but it's like, I'm the greatest white rapper alive. So it's like, how dare you not be into me? And again, do not come at me because I'm literally an Eminem fan. I love all of his older music. So shush, just shush. I can literally rap his fastest rap song. I don't want to hear it. But that being said, Christina was just not having it and he was bitter about it. So let's move on to what happened with him and Mariah Carey. Did they hook up? What happened? Is this just another girl that curbed him and he got bitter about it? Let's find out. And as always, this is a legend and for entertainment purposes only. All right, so let's take a look. What happened with Eminem and Mariah Carey? Okay. Huh. 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 I'm hearing one night stand in my head, allegedly. Because I'm hearing, like, what happens in the dark always comes to light. And I'm being drawn to how the judgment cards reverse. And usually that's about, like, fans seeing you and everything. So I'm seeing, like, that in the reverse is, like, what's happening behind closed doors. I almost feel like the dreams that he sells people, it actually kind of worked for her at first. I feel like they had a hookup. Allegedly and for entertainment purposes only, no facts here. But I'm also being drawn to how the sun, even though it could be happiness, it also could come off as ego. Because I'm also getting a double message of ego. So I feel like he boasted about it a little too hard for her. And I think I'm getting this vibe of like, this is going to look so good for you. This is going to really help you boost your career. And Mariah being like, bruh, like, I am already a star. Like, I don't need you to make me look good. In fact, I would make you look good. Like, I feel like this was a battle of egos, especially considering she's an Aries and he's a Libra. She's giving this, I'm seeing like a hotel room. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. I'm seeing like a hotel room. So I feel like they met up or something. And maybe it was like a one night stand because I keep hearing like one night stand. But I feel like he was like, girl, like we could create the world together. I feel like he's a smooth talker because I keep hearing smooth criminal in my head. And online it says he's an Aquarius moon. So he might be good at what he says. But that being said, it did come up that she was a Cancer moon. So that's someone who is likely to hold back and then flip out if they feel like they're attacked. And I feel like at first she was like, she might have daddy issues too. So he could have played on that. For people that read tarot, I'm channeling through my ball. I'm not actually looking at the cards right now. But it's giving me this vibe of like, at first she was kind of like, because isn't she older than him? I feel like she was like flattered because it's like, oh, Eminem's into me and he's young and he's hip and he's a big star. And like, I think she also kind of fell victim to like, this could make me look good. But I feel like he said something that gave her the ick. So whether that's like, you're going to look so good because of me. You know what I mean? I also think that like he brought her to life a little bit. So I don't know what was going on in her personal life back then, but I'm being drawn to the child and I'm being drawn to like inner child and how horses represent freedom. So I feel like she thought that she could be herself around him to an extent. I think she had fun with him. I think that, you know, how like evolved Libras or just, you know, not unhealthy Libras, they're kind of just like go with the flow, have fun, chill, nothing's all that serious. I feel like at first he was just like, he was smooth. Like, I'm being drawn to how she dated, oh, what's his name? Nick Cannon. And Nick Cannon also has that kind of like smooth vibe. I'm not saying that like he's actually smooth. He's just kind of got that smooth energy. I feel like she's drawn to that type of energy. And so I think she was flattered that Eminem was into her. But something about his ego kind of screwed that up. But I think that, did she have a hard childhood as well? Because I could also see this like bonding over like childhood trauma and like how like coming from nothing to something. So either she was impressed by how he came from nothing and made it something, or they both had that in common. I don't remember her backstory, but there's definitely something about like being impressed, because I went from like, I'm seeing like rose growing from the concrete. It's like, so maybe like he brought her back down to earth. Maybe like by then she was already a super big star and he was more like, I'm still myself. And by then she was a product of the environment. So like maybe because it was behind closed doors and it was a secret, they got to have more fun. You know what I mean? This feels like, especially the fact that she's an Aries. You know how things with Aries, like it's really passionate at first, but then it's really quick to die down because they can't hold that energy. It's like having a mask that almost falls off in the first month type of energy. I think that originally everything was like hot and heavy and impressive and it was behind closed doors. But I think I'm being so drawn to the sun and the ego. So I feel like, again, he played to the whole like, we could be successful together, we'll look good together. I wonder if he had some sort of weird goal of like dating someone in the industry, kind of like Taylor Swift, where it's like, this will make me look good. Maybe he noticed how other people, because remember, he was younger back then. Maybe he noticed how other people dated, like kind of like arranged marriage, like for celebrities. And he was like, well, maybe I can get in on that because that'll put me even further up. So I feel like he was trying to find like his musical equal to be with, to help him catapult his career even more. Not that I'm saying he needed it. Again, I was a fan. I literally had his memoir book when I was like 12, so shush. But there's something to do with the ego here that was kind of why this didn't turn out to be something good. But I do feel like he was playful, and because he was kind of emotionally avoidant and more childlike, and Mariah feels more like a really nurturing but like intense energy. I feel like he brought out the fun side of her. So originally it was fun, but I think it got too serious too fast. And I think he got cocky and that kind of ruined it for her. It gave her like an ick. Yeah, it's like, you're immature. You don't get it. You think you got to be in control of everything. But that's not how relationships work. It's got to be slow, consistent growth. I think, again, it's like, I don't know if it probably was intentional back in the day, but I feel like he like, allegedly, he would gaslight and love bomb. I'm not saying that he's a narcissist. He might have narcissistic tendencies, at least back in the day. But it's just giving like, you're really naive. You're really immature. And now I'm hearing the song Unfoolish by Ashanti. I can't keep running back to you. So I feel like they had like a fling for a little bit. But then she realized that like, this is all about power. This is all about you building your brand. This is all about slow, consistent growth in your brand. But you as a person, you're not very mature and you're not really focused on what we could be. I think, because I'm being drawn to how like Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon, like they had kids and a family and stuff. I don't feel like that's where Eminem was at this point in his life, and that's what she wanted. And so she was like, you're just out here playing games and having fun. Yeah, because I'm hearing the song Quit Playing Games with My Heart. And it's like, I'm really not interested in helping you grow your throne. I thought that we were just seeing where things could go. But instead, everything about what you want has to do with growing your career, but you have the emotional maturity of a goldfish. Like that's the vibe. It's like, I realize that not only are you younger than me, your emotional intelligence is way younger than me. So allegedly, and no facts here, entertainment only, I definitely feel like they either had a one night stand or a fling at the bare minimum. I definitely feel like they hooked up, but it was very quick for her to realize that it was like, there was no foundation. Yeah, it's like he comes in with this passion. Ah, okay. Again, I think this was another issue about the whole Kim thing. It's like, you talk crap about your baby mama. You're more focused on what you look like in the spotlight. But here you are making songs about like killing your baby mama and hating your mother. And it's like, especially having, if she does have a Cancer moon, you're probably going to be more intuitive. So maybe she caught on to the fact of like, I'm going to have to baby you. I'm going to have to make sure I do and say all the right things because you're easy to snap, you're easy to judge, you're easy to jump to conclusions. And so even though this is fun, again, there's no foundation to stand on, and I don't know if I want to waste my time on trying to make you grow when it's pretty clear that like you make a lot of money from talking crap about women, and I don't want to be the next person that you write a song about, which the irony, because that happened. But it's just like you haven't healed your trauma. You haven't taken time to go within. I'm grown now. I don't have time for this. This was fun at first, but I can't do this anymore. That's the vibe. Yeah, it's like he couldn't let go of his past, but at the same time, he's offering her love, and it's like, what do you have to offer me when you haven't really worked on this? Again, it's giving me the vibe of like, if you're trying to date somebody, listen to how they talk about their exes, or how they talk about their mom, or how they talk to waiters. It's given that vibe. It's like she saw through him. This is like a reoccurring theme with both of these girls. Yeah, it's like here you are trying to offer me all this love, supposedly, but your real physical offer, that's Page of Pentacles. That's not a lot. It's like, yeah, this sounds good. It's been fun. It's been real, but like I need to walk away because this isn't really benefiting me. I do think that they probably, allegedly, I think they slept together more than once, because with the Death card in reverse, it's like I should be letting go, but I'm not. So I don't think she let go right away, but she knew that this was never going to be anything more than like, I'm hearing freak in the sheets. So, oh, okay, allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. He might be, if you know what I'm saying, because I'm being drawn to like the word digmatized. So maybe the sex was really good, and he fed her a lot of love bombing, a lot of stories of what we could be. But I think she very quickly realized that it was all talk. He was more focused on his career, and it was never going to be what she wanted. I think she wanted the family, the white picket fence, all of that. And she was like, I'm not going to get that from you. This is fun. This is exciting. I think she always wanted it to be a secret, which is why like she came out like, this never happened. This is pissed. I'm pissed. Why are you obsessed with me? It's girl, because you got dick down and you were dickmatized too. It's okay. We've been there. I've been there. No judgment. Yeah, it's like I've already created a whole ass legacy for myself, and you're offering me scraps, and so I'm gonna remove myself because I'm good on that. Like that's literally the vibe. It's like you have to meet me where I am. I'm not coming down off of my throne to feed and appease your ego. This is gonna end. So I think eventually she was just at a point where it was like, you're not mature enough. You're not what I need. I'm not looking for this. I want to grow. I want to be a mother. I want to be a wife. I want to have a family. I've already created the success that I was looking for, but I just don't see that growing with you. And so I feel like Eminem, allegedly, I feel like well, it makes sense with his mom and everything. He's got a real hard, he does not take rejection well at all. And it stems from his mom, his childhood trauma as well. And it's been like leaking onto relationships. I think that's why we don't really hear anything about relationships. It's almost giving the vibe of like, I'm just not going to focus on that, because women, I think he might have this belief that like all women hurt me, or all women are selfish, or all women don't appreciate me. It's giving like victim mentality. I'm not going to lie. As much as I love Eminem, he's got an emotionally avoidant personality for sure. It's like, I'm going to give you crumbs. I don't understand why. It's like the Six of Pentacles in reverse. It's like, you need to give to me, and then I'll give you scraps if you're doing a good job. And she knew right away that like a knight does not date an empress, honey. Like, she's on top of the world. Not only are you a knight, but you're reverse. So you're moody, you're emotionally volatile at times. Sometimes you snap, and it's got a lot to do with the childhood trauma and the relationship you were in. And I'm really not interested in feeding your ego so that you could feel better. Whew. I just said that card. I just said that card. Yeah, she was like, I am amazing. I am on top of the world. You're feeding me scraps. This has been fun, but you like to play the victim, and I'm really just not interested anymore. So I'm going to move forward. It's been real. Deuces. This is like, I just keep hearing like dick appointment. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I don't know how many times I could say swears if I get in trouble, but it is what it is. It's like she knew her worth. This is the problem is Eminem, he's worth it, right? Like the guy is he's a star. But the problem is he never got over the family wounds. He never got over the mom situation. Like I'm being drawn to this song that he wrote where like he's kind of apologizing to mom, but in the same breath he's still talking crap about her. So it's like he wants to move on, but it's like he's still stuck in that. His mind is still stuck in Detroit. You know what I mean? He's not over that. And so because of that, he didn't at least in this time period, he just wasn't ready to grow up and grow out of being a victim. And so she was like, it's fun while it lasted, but I'm going to remove myself because you're too busy playing victim and I don't deserve scraps. I deserve the whole meal. I respect it. Yeah, you have nothing to offer me except like we could look good together. It would build both of our finances. Because I'm being drawn to like all the celebrities that are like supposedly super happy, like John Legend and his wife, or Brad Pitt and whoever the hell he dates when he goes back and forth with all the Jennifers. Or am I mixing people because they literally just, their relationships are bullshit. So if you guys want me to read any other celebrity relationships, put them down in the comments because I guarantee most of them are crap, allegedly. But yeah, she saw that like, yeah, you're going to grow and you're going to be somebody, but your reasoning's just not good enough for me and what you're offering isn't good enough for me. And so even though, you know what I'm seeing is like 50 Shades of Grey and stuff. So again, I think the sex was really good, but it's like, it's not worth my well-being. It's not worth giving you like, how do I word this? It's not worth giving you more spotlight time because I know at the end of this, it's not going to work out. You're going to act like a bully. You're going to treat me like crap. And then I'm going to have to remove myself. And then you're going to make a song because I keep being drawn to like Taylor Swift. And then he did make a song about Mariah. So it's like she kind of saw this coming, just like Christina Aguilera saw this coming. This is a theme. It feels like everybody in the industry, at least back then, knew that he was trouble. I mean, are we shocked? Like he was writing songs about killing his baby mama. Like, come on. But these women were just, they knew. And they were not interested. Yeah, it's like we can work together, but he was manipulative about it. It's like we could create so many stuff. Again, it's like he's pulling the same game. It's like we could write music together. I can feature you in a track. Like we can collaborate, but it's like you're doing this for yourself. You're not doing it because you care about me. You're not doing it because you want to be with me. This is all about optics. This is all about boosting your ego, boosting your name. So I don't remember what year this was, but it just feels like he was trying to be even bigger and better. And she was already big and bad. So she was like, nah, thank you, next. You know what I mean? Yep, put the foot down. I'm good. I'm going to move on, accept my losses. He might have also been spitting game at more than one person because 3 of Wands in reverse gives me friction. And there could have been more people involved. So maybe she also knew that he was playing that same game on other people. I'm seeing like Instagram DMs. So like that could just be a metaphor. I don't know if Instagram was that popular back then. But it's just giving me the vibe of like, you've done this before to other people. You've talked a good game to other people. Yeah, because I'm hearing the song, I Know I'm Not the Only One. So yeah, you say I'm crazy because you don't think I know what you've done. It's like, I know how you act. I know, like I'm 10 steps ahead of you. I know how you work. So she was just like, this is something to benefit your ego. I'm good. I'm not here to feed your ego. Yeah. So then he played the martyr. And then he was like, how dare you? You don't appreciate me and what I can offer you. And so he turned it into a song. He was like, all right, make lemonade out of lemons. I'm going to move on and talk about how you're a bitch. Like, that's literally the vibe. Yep, I'm going to make it about money. I think he was actually hurt, low-key. So if somehow Mariah Carey sees this video, first of all, I think she would deny to her grave that she slept with him. But I think he was kind of devastated. I think there was some emotions involved with Mariah, allegedly. I think this one actually hurt him. With Christina, it hurt his ego. With Mariah, it gives the vibe of like a little child, like, why am I not good enough? So I feel like he was in a different headspace. It was like, why am I never good enough? I guess I'm just going to focus on my money. I guess I'm just going to party. Like, no matter what I do, I can never make women happy. But again, it's got this victim mentality over it, so it's kind of hard for me to feel bad for him as much as I adore his music and what he stands for. But again, I just feel like he was so unevolved back then. But I do believe that he slept with Mariah allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. So I feel like I'm going to leave it at that because I don't really think that there's much to tell. I mean, there's really not much to tell. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave it a like so I know if you enjoyed this video and so I can make future content like this. Comment down below what you'd like to see in future videos. If you can fill in any of the gaps, maybe you've done research on these, let me know down in the comments below. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Links are all down below. If you'd like to book a personal reading, links are all down below. Subscribe, hit that notification bell to see future videos. Always check my community posts because I want to hear from you and what you guys want to see. Because like I said, I want to do an alien video soon, but I need topics involving aliens. I can't just do aliens. I've had a ton of alien readings. They're all in my conspiracy playlist. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this whenever you're seeing it. Thank you for being a part of my club. Thank you to my regulars. Appreciate y'all so much. And I will see you guys in my next video. So thank you.
The Comic PM.